วัสดีค่ะและตอนนี้เราอยู่กับเอเชียในช่วง Exclusive Talk นะคะก็เดี๋ยวเราจะมาสัมภาษณ์คุณจอห์นแฟรงค์เกี่ยวกับ Chord Electronics Product กันค่ะ Hello and welcome to Thailand. We are super excited to have you here today.
Well, I always love coming to Thailand, so it's a real pleasure to meet you and to be here. It's wonderful. I love it.
Of course, and it's an honor to have you too. So today we are talking about your brand Chord Electronics. So to start, could you introduce yourself a bit briefly?
Okay. My name is John Franks. I am the founder and chief designer of Chord Electronics. I'm no longer running the day-to-day business because I'm doing some other projects with my company. But very involved in the design work of Chord and future products and the direction that we're taking.
Oh, okay. So I have a question like what are the key trends and innovation that Chord is focusing on in 2025?
Okay, I think in many ways the way the world is changing, there are people with a lot of money,
yes,
and there are people that love audio but they don't have as much money. And I think that because the world is splitting, in a way we've tried to split our range where we're going. So we have products that cost, to my mind, a fortune. They're value for money because of what we put in them, but nevertheless, we try to make sure that the quality standard goes all the way down the range. So even if someone can't afford our top line systems, the systems they can afford are really fit for purpose and they do their job very, very well, and the customers are highly delighted with them.
That sounds excited. Do you mean like yours has the very high range, the
Yes.
long range for
Yes.
the affordable price?
Well, what I'm saying is really that we have a lot of ranges, and each one of them is we try to make best in class. So if someone can only afford our smallest range, then we want to make sure that the smallest range performs very, very well at its price level and its performance level. So it's one of those things that we try to build good quality and good value and strength as well into our products. So if ever they fall off a desk or whatever, they're still going to be working.
Okay, so next I want to know what is Chord focusing on right now?
Okay, we're doing several things. Because Chord has two sides. We serve the professional recording industry, and we also have the consumer. And often one technology will be developed for one side of the business, but it'll feed across into the other. So at the moment I'm working on some specialized amplifiers of very, very low profile, and I'm using techniques such as using, instead of horizontal MOSFETs, it's a type of MOSFET, I've gone over to using some vertical MOSFETs. You know, these vertical MOSFETs, I'm going a bit technical here, but they're slightly different in that for the same size of device, they have 10 times more power.
10 times power?
10 times the power.
That's a lot.
It is, yes. But they're more difficult to control. But fortunately, because of the ultimate technology, which is like a feed-forward error correction, we can use this vertical MOSFETs in our smaller products and get an enormous pulse power into the loudspeakers. So even our very smallest amplifiers can sound amazingly good because of this new technology that we're able to apply.
Wow, that's great to hear the innovation. Now I have more question for you. Could you share the reason why Chord reputation rapidly growth and become so strong in the present time?
I think several factors have been are being applied here, and one is that we decided to go into the mobile audio business. And we produced a product called the Mojo 2, which is that you do in the corner. Well, originally it was the Mojo. And Mojo was very successful, and we sold literally around the world 100,000, maybe more. So suddenly we had a lot of customers around the world, and they got to know just how good our quality was, because this product was based upon a design by a guy called Robert Watts, who is a consultant to us, and we worked very well and worked for many, many years. And this technology is really quite special, and it meant that suddenly everyone that had these new products realized just how good the quality of chord sound was. And so that, I think that's the reason for the uplift in the interest in the brand.
So right now, with so many brands in the market today, including affordable products from China, what sets Chord apart from, and why should customers choose Chord over other brands?
Okay, several things. I think Chinese products are okay.
Yes.
But the problem is that because there are so many of them, many of those companies are just here today and maybe gone in 6 months. And then they might come back again in a different guise or a different name or a different company. So you don't really know exactly where you are. So if you buy a cheaper Chinese product, the difficulty is that will you be able to get it serviced, or is it so cheap that you can just throw it away? There are arguments to do that in some cases, but generally we are a very long established company and we have very important clients, and therefore we have to look after people, not just in a year's time, but in 20 or 30 years' time.
Exactly.
So we have to be around, and we have a different philosophy. We manufacture our products using as high a technology that we can apply, and we build as solidly as possible. So at one time, we even just for fun, we were approached by a German reviewer, and I was talking to him, and I just casually said, "Oh, I'm sure that our products are so strong that you could drive a tank over them."
Whoa.
And he said, "Oh," in his German accent, "This is very interesting, Mr. Franks. I happen to have a tank. My friend has a tank. Would you mind if we took one of your products and we drove a tank over the product?" And it was a DAC in this style of product. And yes, he drove a tank straight over our product. And it wasn't driving it into a soft ground so it was pressed down. He drove it literally, put it on a hard road surface and drove straight over it. And you saw the tracks on the tank being lifted up. And before he did that, he drove over another piece of hi-fi and it just broke to pieces. But then he tried with chord, and it's, there was mud on it, but apart from that, it was fine.
So you mean the quality?
Yeah, the quality is so physically strong that he was not able to damage it, even by driving a tank straight over it.
Interesting.
And he was really shocked. And he said it played immediately, and there was no difficulty whatsoever. So I proved my point. You can, if you really want to, you can drive a tank over a chord amplifier, and it'll survive. Might get a bit scratched, but it will be okay.
No. So John, could you explain why Chord products has the different design and style from the other brands?
Yeah, I think really our designs are based upon something we call form following function. What that means is that the shape follows the function of the product. And this is because my background in design work was within aircraft design. And in aircraft design, you must have everything designed very fit for purpose,
Yes.
and no embellishments. You know, it must do exactly what it should do. You know, so really that is what I also draw my influences, my design influences from. I like to think great architects. I like Richard Rogers, who designed the Pompidou Centre and the Lloyd's Building in London. And I like that design approach because it's honest, it's open. And also Antoni Gaudi, who designed the Sagrada Familia, the great cathedral in Barcelona, which is a beautiful building, but it's unusual. But I love the way that he draws his inspiration from nature. And I think it is wonderful that the detail of the product shows the designer really cares. I mean, there is a building in Barcelona called La Pedra, which is an apartment building. But inside, when you go in, you see just the beauty of the construction and the way the terracotta tiling is done in all different colors. Absolutely beautiful, and chimney pots that are twisted and, you know, but just wonderful, wonderful design detail. So I love design detail, but I also like the basic approach of form following function.
So that's why Chord has a very beautiful appearance and both on the designs as well.
Yeah, I like to think so.
Okay,
yes.
And performance as well.
Yes.
I mean, okay.
Yes.
So next, this is the most popular question for someone who considering Chord for the first time. What are 3 products, of course, in terms of DAC, amplifier, and headphone amplifier? Which model do you recommend?
Oh, no, I can't. I don't think I can answer that. And that's because everyone has a different view of what they want. But what we do offer is a big range. So depending on your pocket, depending on the size of your apartment, what I would say is go into the best retailer, and we have many. I think the most important thing is to try a product, listen to it, and learn to love it. And then hopefully you buy it.
What is your favorite one from Chord Electronics?
Oh, product. Oh.
Yes.
Once again, difficult questions. Difficult questions.
Please.
Well, I think as a designer, my favorite product is the product that I'm working on now. And then the next one will be my favorite product again. It's as a designer, you're continually advancing. And, you know, even at my advanced stage, I still want to take the next step, improve where I can, and you know, whether it's a small unit or a large unit or whatever, you know, I think that one thing I have is a great team around me now, great mechanical designers that I can call on, and I say, well, I don't really like the way that looks. Can we change it? And it's all done very, very quickly. And I think that those advantages, you know, I want to, you know, continue with that. I enjoy working with a young team as well because it tends to keep me young, you know, because if I sounded like an old guy, they wouldn't be interested in what I had to say, you know, so I think that it keeps you on the ball.
Okay. So next question. As Chord Electronics has a very premium quality brand, could you describe your inspiration of craftsmanship for Chord Electronics?
Yes. Well, I think a couple of things. I like good engineering. I drive fast cars. I like engineering. I love engineering, and I think if you can bring something that you can put in front of someone, and they can say, "Wow, how did they make that? You know, it's beautiful." You know, I love the idea. There was once a court jeweler to the Romanovs, the Russian royal family, and his name was Fabergé. And for every year, this Romanov family, they were very, very rich. they would give each other at Easter eggs called, they would be jeweled eggs, and they would do things. They would open up, but the amazing thing was that even 150 years ago, when they were being made, they're just beautiful craftsmen. Craftsmen have been working away, and I love the whole aspect of that. I love the fact of you can take a product and you think what lovely engineering, and I think that's a very important thing to offer the customer.
Okay, and how you proud to made in UK for every model?
Yes, I think that the one thing that the major advantage of why we do everything in the UK is that we don't make the metalwork in-house, but we have local companies that we can drive to within maybe 20 minutes or an hour. And if they have a problem, a difficulty, they don't understand the drawing or something, I can go there, or one of my guys can go there and sort the issue out. And it's very good because we get to know them. We know we have a variety of companies that make different things for us, or different parts of metalwork, and we know they're very good for this, and they're very good for other parts.
Oh, and you mix up together?
And then we put it all together, yes, and it works.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's...
So interesting.
But it's easy. But the problem is that if we were buying metalwork from abroad, a long way away, I mean, some people are buying metalwork from 8,000, 9,000 miles away. And that's okay if there's no problems. But if there's a problem, you try to sort the problem out. You've got to get on a plane, go over, so there are many good reasons. British engineering is some of the best in the world. And but now it's all very specialized in making super fast jets and bits of things, but it is amazing that British engineering is still.
So that's why.
Yes.
And then how do you promote your brand?
Okay, well, we have our own marketing team, which is which involves my son Ji-hun, and we have another lady as well, Ang Carrot, and really they're a great team. And I think the most important thing is to work closely with your distributors, as close as possible, because they have a team and they know their local markets. They know what to do, and it's just supporting them with as much information, things like videos, etc. And if we do that work and we're supportive, then they can do their job all the better.
So, okay, if you had to describe your Chord Electronics in a few words, how would you define your products?
Ooh, that's a difficult question. How would I define?
Maybe three words.
Okay, I think high tech,
high craft,
high care, and respect for our customers.
Whoa, that's nice.
Okay.
So, right, I believe Chord is truly high-end audio. And John, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your insight with Chord Audios and Chord Electronics and your vision.
Thank you. I am just really honored to be with such a professional team. I think that you are all wonderful, really lovely, and you're very easy to talk to. And hopefully I've given some insight into what Chord is really like as a company.
So before we say goodbye, do you have any messages for the Audioforce team and the supporter who are watching this interview and interested in Chord?
Well, I think with the Audioforce team, they're a great team. They know their business. They know what to do. I think that for our customers, I would say I would love anyone interested in Chord really to try it, because we do make lovely products, and I think that once you become a Chord customer, you remain a Chord customer, and we get most of our business from customers that we've known for many years. So I think that it is a really good aspect of business to getting to know not only our distributors and the retailers, but their customers as well. We do, because in fact I'm due to go and meet with a customer in Vietnam. We're traveling all the way up to Hanoi to meet with this guy. Mind you, he's bought a very big system, but I think it is a real wonderful, one of the joys of being the head of a company like Chord is that we actually get to know the people that are actually using our products on a daily basis.
Thank you again, John. And to everyone who watching this interview, you can check out the Chord Electronic product at Audioforce. So until next time, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much. It's been wonderful. I love the opportunity to talk, and there's nothing better for me to talk about Chord and its history and its future. I think Chord has a very exciting future coming, and I'm very grateful for allowing you to allowing me to explain that to you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
ขอบคุณค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ